Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing Splitgate. If you guys have not heard of this game, go download it. It is a ton of fun. I literally quit playing Warzone just to play this game. It's going to be the game that I'm maining. I've had a lot of hours put into it and I've gone up in the ranks quite a bit. The things I love most about this game are the fact that it seems very easy to pick up at first, but once you get better at the game, there's a lot of baiting and strategies that actually go into it, and it is extremely complex. So your default settings when you first get the game seem like they will work, but they actually hold you back quite a bit. So I wanted to make this video to give you guys the best starting going forward, because there's a lot to learn in this game, and settings is realistically one of the last things you should be worrying about. So this will get you guys set up pretty early on, pretty much as soon as you install the game, so you can have the most success moving forward. Now, this game, if you don't know, is basically like Call of Duty, Apex, Portal, and Halo all had a baby, and they made one game. The dev team started like as a group of 4 guys. They were just gamers like you and me, and they ended up creating a game that pretty much everyone in the community has always ever wanted. So it's like every complaint we've ever had has pretty much been fixed in this game, which is super cool. And then it's got a lot of attention now, so they expanded the team, and I have a lot of high hopes for this game moving forward. Now, with that being said, like I said, I have a ton of hours in this game, currently sitting at Diamond 2, so I'm pretty high up there. We're shooting for Masters here soon. I'm going to be releasing a ton of videos for you guys on all that fun stuff. But I have had quite a bit of time playing at the upper echelon of the ranks, I guess you would say. So I kind of know what I'm talking about to a point. Now, these are my personal settings. I never recommend just taking settings and copying them and keeping them forever. Make sure you guys tweak these even a little bit to your liking, whether it's a little bit faster or a little bit slower. Just keep that in mind as we go out through these. These may work for you just copy pasted, but it is very, very unlikely. So it really depends on your play style. But with all that out of the way, let's jump into the settings menu, and then we'll talk about like why these are set where they're at and where they probably should be. So once you guys go into your settings menu, the first tab you will have is video. Now currently I play on a console, and we are going to be trying to get a computer here soon, so PC guys will have a lot more options here. But just on general, I would say go with 100 FOV. This is kind of where I've found to be the sweet spot. I have no need to increase it or lower it. Get pretty good awareness of the entire map. Colorblind mode, absolutely worthless. Of course, we're playing on a controller. I disable blood. I feel there's no reason to have it on. It's just more of something to render in on your screen and be a distraction. Kill cam on, highlights off. It doesn't really matter. We're skipping mouse and keyboard, and now we're in the controller settings. I know that there's one person in this world on TikTok that can play inverted. If you're that guy, this is for you. Everybody else, turn that off. Auto sprint, I absolutely hate the start, like the attack and like decrease time on this. It's just off, so I feel like you can just do it better yourself. Vibration off, no reason to have it on. Now this horizontal and vertical sensitivity, I always like to keep mine even for consistency's sake. I feel like it's almost kind of like mouse acceleration a little bit if you don't. So I have found that 6.6 works very good for me. I tried 5, but even the #1 player in the world plays on a lower end sensitivity. So you can go anywhere from 5 to, I would probably say 8, would probably be the upper of that. I've found as I get better and better at this game that portals are very important, but also hitting your shots is just as important. So in those long range fights, it helps. Acceleration sensitivity, you're going to want this to be at 3, because we are playing on a lower sense, but we are still going to need to take advantage the acceleration in order to place our portals and whip. Zoom sensitivity multiplier, I put this on 0.8. I feel like on 6.6, 0.8 is enough to keep up with the target. Now, if you increase this to say 8 and decrease this to like 6 or 5, it'll basically be the same thing. But this is what I mean. You guys are gonna have to tweak these settings to your own personal liking a little bit. Inner dead zone and outer dead zones. What these are is the inner dead zone. If you have it set to 0.12, it's gonna be how much your stick has to move to actually register an input. Now this is a very minuscule thing here. Outer dead zone, you want this to be smaller than the inner dead zone because your acceleration will kick in once you pass the threshold of the outer dead zone. So if this was cranked up all the way up here, you'd never take full advantage of your acceleration. So that's very important. Audio, gameplay 100, announcer 100, everything off. There's nothing really crazy there. Now for UI, I found that green and red work the best for me. It's just how my brain works, I guess. These are very important though as far as your reticles go. Put dots on everything besides the railgun. Use crosshair small 2. And then the rocket launcher and SMG, you're going to use circle dot 2. And for the shotgun, you're going to use the diamond and then the dots on the bottom row. These reticles basically copy the actual bullet that comes out of those guns. So it's a lot easier to actually place the bullets on target with those crosshairs versus the default ones, because it's very confusing with the default ones. I would also turn off show low ammo warnings. You definitely want to have your damage numbers on at all times. And then other than that, that pretty much wraps up your settings. Now, when you play on these settings, it's very important to understand that, especially a lower sensitivity, you're going to want to pre-aim your portals. And what I mean by that is you're going to want to place the portal closest to you, whether you're high or low, that you're going to run through first, and then whip up and press the second one and then run through the first one, or vice versa. If you try to get really, really close to a wall and then just snap portal, it's not really going to work like that. So you have to be a little bit more mindful about how you're placing portals and what direction you're facing at all times. But that also will just help you increase your game sense, and you're going to be hitting your shots a lot more often. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like and a thumbs up on the algorithm side, and help this video get out to as many people as possible. If you and your squad mates just decide to pick this game up, definitely share it with them. That would be awesome. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see plenty more Splitgate content. We're going to be doing a ton of tips and tricks and breakdowns on this game because I've been having an absolute blast playing it. And with all that, guys, I will see you guys in the next one.